Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me for this recording video. Today we're going to be walking through my top 10 most essential apps while traveling. Now a lot of these may seem a bit odd, a bit peculiar maybe, but these should really help you if you're backpacking, you're a tourist, or anything along those lines. These I used throughout my trips in Australia and New Zealand, so be sure I'll leave links for the apps in the description down below, so you can obviously download them whether you're on Android or iOS. And then just check out these apps, make sure maybe they're not the right fit for you, but these are what work for me. So without further ado guys, remember to give the big video a big fat like, and let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with the very first app you need, which is a number one essential across traveling, and that is a GPS app, a navigation app. Now you have Apple Maps, Google Maps, and Waze. They are kind of the main three apps you can use. Google Maps has a wider reach, and the data it pulls for kind of the data it pulls for the general live traffic navigation and turn-by-turn navigation is definitely a lot better. It's a lot better than what you would find, for example, on Apple Maps. But Apple Maps, just if you like a cleaner UI, just use Apple Maps. If you have an iPhone, it's obviously built in as standard. But yeah, so Apple Maps is really kind of Apple Maps is kind of really what you need to get into the nitty gritty of, and Apple Maps is definitely good. Waze I've not used overly too much. I've occasionally hopped on it just to see what it is in another country. It's kind of in the same regions Google Maps exists, because Google own Waze. So if Google Maps exists in the region, Waze more than likely exists in the region as well. Waze is more community driven. Google Maps and the Apple Maps pull from satellite data, so it's totally up to personal preference. But I would highly say any of these three navigation apps is a must if you're going backpacking or traveling. Next, I would say you need some sort of taxi app. Lyft and Uber are definitely the biggest. So if you could just have one of those. Lyft doesn't exist really outside of the United States. If you're in Europe, Bolt could be a really good shout. Bolt, you pay in euros, but Bolt is expanding rapidly across Europe, undercutting Uber in a lot of markets. So if you want a cheap taxi hailing app, Bolt could be a really good shout. I just use Uber. Uber is kind of what I use, because I use Uber Eats, I use Uber, so might as well just stay in the ecosystem, not got any new accounts to create at that point. Next, Skyscanner. Skyscanner is 100% an essential for traveling. To compare flight prices, it is the number one app. I've used it multiple times. I normally use a combination of three apps to do price comparisons. Two of those will come up later. But basically, yeah, I would say, I would definitely say Skyscanner is a must. You can do multi-city trips with the app. Even if you don't want to use the app, the website, skyscanner.com, you can go on that and it will automatically allocate the region, and put it in your local pricing. You can put it in all airports. You can find the best deals. It will look up as many websites as it can to find you the best deal for your flight. Next. This is going to be a big one personally for me. Expedia. Expedia to me is one of the best apps ever. You can collect one cash, which is kind of their loyalty program. Next, so every time we have a flight or an accommodation Gemini or an activity through the app, you earn cash back. Next, we have Google Gemini. You use that one. This is an AI model app which I use quite a lot with Expedia, and it's a really good way Google AI to get basically a nice little discount every time you want to travel. Based on your one cash. You can really use ChatGPT. Flights don't seem to give as much Gemini for this. They're very interchangeable with accommodation, which may be a downside. But I really love Gemini. What I normally do is I will use Expedia and Skyscanner in conjunction. Show the AI model what you want. So if I find a really good way to interact, especially in a foreign country, with foreign languages, same flight into Expedia and see whether they have it around the same
natural
price,
way than trying to
or
use
even
Google
cheaper.
Translate,
Sometimes
which
it is
is becoming a
becoming
bit
cheaper on
dated,
Expedia,
and obviously
Google
Gemini
promoting
is powered by
that
Google Translate,
particular flight.
fortunately. So you can easily
yeah,
get
Expedia,
the AI model doing
overall
that.
good.
If you
ChatGPT
just want one
is the
app
same
to do
thing
your
with
entire
ChatGPT
vacation,
Vision, so you
or
could,
holiday,
it
on
depends what AI you
Expedia
would
prefer
definitely
to
my
use.
recommendation for that.
But I normally go with Google
Next, we're
Gemini.
gonna
I have
move
a
on
Google
to,
account, so
transport,
it knows who I am,
mainly in Europe.
and it will just be stored.
I
into
believe
my
they
account,
exist
so I
in a
can
couple of
reference
other
it later
places
if
as well,
I
and that
need
is the
to.
Trainline app.
I do use
Trainline
Gemini
is
Pro,
a really good app.
because I like the
Trainline
faster
is
model
a
and the
really
more
solid
advanced and in-depth
experience.
model, but the normal version
If
still
you're,
has Gemini Live.
going
and
around
you're
Europe on a train.
do the basic
You can manage
principles
all your
of the AI model
continental and
with it.
intercontinental flights
And
flights,
for the
rail line
final
trips.
app,
So, for example,
we're going to
in
talk about
London.
today
You can book
is just
from
streaming
London
platforms.
all
So,
the way through to Italy
Netflix,
on this one app,
Prime, Disney,
and it will try and give you the
HBO,
best discount it can.
Hulu,
And it will
and
recommend
Peacock,
tickets
whatever
to
you
book,
want.
like
You
maybe
can
a
just
Flex
use these
Advance, maybe a
platforms
non-flex,
because you're going to
maybe
be on a heck of a long flights.
an open return.
If you're a
It will
backpacker,
basically
you know
try and
the
get you the
hell
best
of
deal
going
it
to
can.
airports and basically
Layovers
and
you
stuff.
can even book
You need to keep
Eurostar
yourself
with it, which not a
entertained.
lot of people
So
know.
any
You can
streaming
actually book
platform, you can just sit
Eurostar
down, chill out, watch a show,
with
and we can just basically just chill
with,
for a bit.
you can book Eurostar with
as a
Trainline.
bonus,
So that's a
not
new feature
part
I
of the
believe that
main
came out in
plan that we've now gone
2023. So I'm really
Spotify,
happy Trainline now have
Amazon Music,
Eurostar
YouTube
built
Music.
into their app.
You can kind of
So I could get to Paris
always
on that one app.
have a
I don't
streaming
actually
music
go on the
platform of
official
your choice,
Eurostar website.
not only to listen to the chit chat show,
And now
but
we're
you
going
can
to
also
be
use
moving
it to
on
listen to your
to
music
number
of
6.
choice. So
What is the
that's quite
sixth
good, and you can
most
sometimes pair them
essential
with
app?
your AI assistants so they can give you personalized recommendations.
The sixth most
But anyway, guys, that's
essential
gonna wrap it
app
up here. Hope you all enjoyed.
for travellers, backpackers, and
enjoy. It helps out
vacationers.
the channel a lot and lets me
And
know
that,
you like this kind of content.
in
Without further
fact,
ado, guys, I
is
landed
a
in
very
Australia
strange
tomorrow.
app,
See you
but it
later.
can be really helpful. Pinterest, to be honest. It's Pinterest. I have found some weird stuff on Pinterest to do with the place, very niche things. But if you're a type of person that doesn't like to do the tourist activities, if you go on Pinterest, you might be able to find a walking path or some photos of a walking path or something along like something off the beaten trail. Pinterest is actually extremely good for that. I guess you could use that or Reddit. Reddit's normally pretty good with that stuff as well, if Reddit exists in your country as well. Now we're going to move on to number 7. Numero 7. And we are going to talk about airline apps. So, because most airlines are built in, and this is more of an iOS feature rather than an Android feature, but you can probably mimic it on Android some way. With the dynamic island and live activities, if you have what I do basically to simplify the process, I book through Expedia or Skyscanner, but then I will also download that particular airline's app so I can get the live activities. If I'm in an airport and, for example, I don't want to look at the departure board, what I could do is just load up the app, or occasionally it might do it automatically by itself. And basically what will happen is the actual app will tell me the departure gate, the time to be at the departure gate, where I'm going. So that's really cool with live activities on iOS. I really like that feature. And Expedia is starting doing it as well. So Expedia actually, not with every flight, it seems to only be with like massively long haul flights, but they will basically use a live activity. The next app we're going to talk about is Duolingo. So Duolingo is a language learning app that uses AI and human teaching knowledge to help you learn. It's a really cool app and I really love Duolingo a lot. I'm currently doing French. You can learn most common languages through the app, from French to Spanish to Italian to Russian to Chinese. You can learn a lot of cool languages. You can even learn High Valyrian for those wanting to speak a language from Game of Thrones. That's how good that Duolingo app is, and it makes it very gamey-like. There is a couple of subscriptions, so keep that in mind if you're doing it. There is a couple of subscriptions, but overall, it ain't too bad. Next, we have Google Gemini. This is an AI model app which I use quite a lot, and you can upgrade to the Google AI Ultra or Pro subscriptions if you really want to. But you could really use ChatGPT or Google Gemini for this. They're both interchangeable. They both pretty much do the same thing. But I really love Gemini Live, which is where you can show the AI model what you want. And it's a really good way to interact, especially in a foreign country with foreign languages. I find it a much more natural way than trying to use Google Translate, which is becoming a bit dated. And obviously Google Gemini is powered by Google Translate portionally. So you can easily get the AI model doing that. ChatGPT does the same thing with ChatGPT Vision. So it depends what AI you prefer to use. But I normally go with Google Gemini. I have a Google account, so it knows who I am. And it will just be stored into my account so I can reference it later if I ever need to. I do use Gemini Pro, because I like the faster model and the more advanced and in-depth model, but the normal version still has Gemini Live, and you can still do the basic principles of the AI model with it. And for the final app we're going to talk about today is just streaming platforms. So Netflix, Prime, Disney, HBO, Hulu, and Peacock, whatever you want, you could just use these platforms because you're going to be on a heck of a long flights. If you're a backpacker, you know the hell of going through airports and basically layovers and stuff. You need to keep yourself entertained. So any streaming platform, you can just sit down, chill out, watch a show, and we can just basically just chill for a bit. As a bonus, not a part of the main 10 that we've now gone through, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, you could kind of always have a streaming music platform of your choice, not only to listen to the Chit Chat Show, but you could also use it to listen to your music of choice. So that's quite good. And you can sometimes pair them with your AI assistants so they can give you personalized recommendations. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up here. Hope you all enjoyed. Remember to give a big fat thumbs up if you did enjoy. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like this kind of content. Without further ado, guys, I land in Australia tomorrow. See you later.